Welcome to this month's Talk at the Museum. It's my great pleasure this evening to introduce a woman who is at the forefront of environmental conservation in this country and, indeed, around the world. She's a scientist, a writer, a filmmaker, and, as you will soon see, a great public speaker. Please welcome Maggie Okonjo.
Thank you. One of my earliest memories as a child is coming to this museum with my parents. I remember being amazed at the incredible variety of things to see and do. In fact, I would say that my childhood visits to this museum were one factor, and an important factor, in my choice of career. So it truly is wonderful to have the chance to come back here and speak. This evening's session will be the first public showing of my new documentary about the Amazon River. But before I show the film, I want to make a few important remarks. These days, news about nature is often negative. We watch videos of hurricanes damaging buildings. We hear about climate change affecting the planet. We read about the extinction of plants and animals. All of this bad news can definitely make you feel pessimistic about the future. But not all the news is bad. In fact, there have been a number of conservation success stories that point to a brighter future. Let me share a few of those stories with you. For 4 decades, researchers from the University of Central Florida have been counting the number of green sea turtle nests on a particular beach. The number of nests is a good indication of the size and health of the population of these turtles. In the 1980s, they counted fewer than 50 nests per season, which was a sign that these beautiful animals were in trouble. And it's important to understand that it was probably humans who were to blame. You see, the main natural predators of these creatures are humans and large sharks, and the number of sharks is going down around the world. So we can't blame the sharks. The good news is that people have taken responsibility for these turtles and have worked hard on various conservation efforts. The result? Well, a report was published recently with new data, and it showed that the researchers counted over 12,000 green sea turtle nests in a recent year. Those of you who have followed my work know that I love turtles, so I'm especially happy to be able to share this with you. There's more good news out of China. Back in 2002, the Chinese government recognized that environmental problems like droughts, floods, and dust storms would threaten many of its citizens and cities. To deal with this challenge, the government decided to increase the area covered by forests. The plan was to plant forests on 5% of the land in China. Now, 5% doesn't sound like very much, but China, of course, is one of the 5 largest countries in the world. So 5% of China is an area roughly the size of California. It's big, in other words. And this reforestation project is a success. China is now a very green country. Not only that, but the forests are helping other organisms survive, such as giant pandas and rare species of orchids. I could share many other success stories with you. However, not all news is good, of course, and my own documentary, which you'll see shortly, includes both positive and negative stories. These stories show us something important. They show us that we humans have noticed what is happening in nature. They show us that we have begun to recognize how important it is to protect our planet. They show us that we cannot just consume what the world has to offer. We have to protect it as well, using whatever methods we can. And I have confidence that we will keep on doing our best to help nature. I hope you will join me in this struggle, a struggle that I believe is one of the most important of our generation. Thank you for listening. Without further delay, here is my latest documentary. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have afterwards.